it is Keely Kerwin here from Keely's Creations. I am super excited to share with you tonight a very exciting opportunity that I just learned about. I know you're going to think this is crazy. Keely, you're a scrapbooker. You don't make cards. Well, I agree. But I took a chance. I stepped outside my comfort zone. And if you remember a couple weeks ago, I was in Michigan for a team event for our backstage, which is for Silver Elite demonstrators and above. So that's like the leadership level for Stampin' Up. Every other year they hold it virtually and or in person. And this year happened to be a virtual event. And so about 8 of us went to my upline's house, and thank you, Jackie, and she hosted us all along with her 2 daughters, and we had an amazing time. We learned tons and tons and tons of things about business, but we also made a little time for some crafting. And what we did is we did a shoebox event. I've never done that. I've never been a part of one. I was not exactly sure what to do. I was very scared because to me, Stampin' Up! Is known for their cards and card making, and I am a little old scrapbooker and had no idea what to expect. So I am going to run through what a shoebox event is with you guys. I'm sure many of you probably already know, but for those that don't, like me, hopefully that gives you a little insight as to what an event is. It's exactly what it sounds like. You're putting embellishments and your stamps and things into a box, and you're stamping and you're passing it around. And so the card that I made is this fun fold card. We needed to use something from the new online exclusive products that went live in September timeframe. And so I was super excited. This is a fun fold. So this is what I made. One of the techniques I used in here was the rock and roll. And then there's embellishments, there's gold foil, there's stamping, there's die cutting. So I wanted to share with you other cards that we created while we were there. And then I'm going to show you how to assemble this card. This is kind of scary for me because I have not done this live for anybody in a very, very long time. So I am going to flip the camera around so that you can see some of these amazing, beautiful cards created by some of my team members. And so let's get started. Hey everybody, it's Keely. Let's get started with these beautiful cards that we created in the shoebox event that we did at Backstage in Michigan a couple weekends ago. So as I showed you earlier, this is the card that I had created, and I'm just going to walk you through each of these beautiful cards that were created by some of my team members, not direct to me, but through Jackie. So this first one right here, isn't it gorgeous? This was created by Jamie Priese. And I love how she did this cake. The stamp set that she used is called Cake Celebrations, and it is a standalone. She did not use any pattern paper here, but she used some card strips to give that and to tie it all together. Happy birthday is the sentiment that was used, and we did some 3D popping of the flowers to give it a little dimension with some sparkly gems inside it. And then this one opens vertically this way. Okay. Let's go on. This second card here was created by Jackie Bolhuis, who is my second upline. I love this card. It's very, very simple to create, but it's got a lot of pop. What was used here is the Forever Plaid embossing folder. I don't know, it's a 3D embossing folder, so hopefully that comes across here in the video. It's gorgeous with that plaid. These blue squares right here too also were used. This was the distressed tile embossing folder. Love that because it makes it look like some areas did not work, but it did. That's the way it's meant to be. It's supposed to be distressed. And then this beautiful little heart that looks like it's been stitched, and the Sending Lots of Love sentiment came from the Hearts of Elegance bundle, which is the exact same bundle I used. And it's kind of awesome how it's a little bit different feel, different colors, right? The Sending Lots of Love was stamped in Versamark on black paper and then heat embossed with gold embossing powder. So it gives it that shiny gold look to it. All right, our third card here was created by Julie Baca. She used the Mediterranean Blooms papers through here. And again, she too used that same distressed tile on this blue cardstock here. I don't know if you can see how it shows on there. She also used the Sketched Butterflies bundle stamp set. So it's a stamp set and a die cut. So it cuts this beautiful floral beautiful butterfly, and then we stamped it with the thinking of you. One thing that I really like about the inside of this card is she decorated it. So it's you brighten up so many of my days. A little strip of that Mediterranean blooms paper and then some cute little butterflies. The fourth card was created by Holly Veselenak. And I love this because for so many reasons. She used the Happy Hibiscus bundle. Now that bundle is a little bit different. It uses a stamp set, a die cut, and it has an embossing folder. So I don't know if you can see this, but she took the time and she embossed all the pieces for us. So we did not have to go through and do that with the machine while we were there. So we could make it much more, go a lot faster. And then we did the stamping and the floral cutouts, the You Make Me Smile, and then some beautiful gemstones in the center of that. That just gives that added pop. When you open it, she completed the inside of her card as well. And it's thanks for being so kind. A little strip of that beautiful pattern paper, and then another floral with the shimmery gem. So something completely different because we had a different way of using embossing folders other than on cardstock, doing it on the DSP. This cute card, super cute card, was created by Heidi Collins, and I absolutely love it. This was a set that I looked at. I'm like, so cute, but I don't know, and hemmed and hawed. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is a must-have. How cute is this? So what she did, it's a stamp and die cut as well. It's called Umbrella Days. It's a bundle. So it comes with a stamp set and the coordinating dies. And we paper piece. So we first stamped it on the white, and then we stamped it again, or die cut the umbrella out of pattern paper so that you get the stripes and the polka dot look. Then we just used the markers to color it in. And isn't this stinking cute? The little puppy has a cute little rain jacket. That is a die cut. The little yellow jacket is a die. Then the cute little puddles and the clouds, just using some of the shimmer brush. Wink Stella on those to give it a little glimmer, make it kind of look like it's rain. Fun little raindrops coming down. And then she too decorated the inside of her card. You are the umbrella to my rainy days. And then making it look like it's raining inside. How fun is that? And then the last card that we created when we were there was created by Bourgette. She used the Perfect Pairs stamp set. I absolutely love the salt and pepper. Isn't that so stinking cute? She also, do you recognize this paper back here? That is from the Halloween spells. She wanted a little bit of black and white. And what better place to go than a Halloween paper pack, right? Another feature of this card that I really love is the random stamping using the salt and pepper shaker. So we stamped all the way around the edges, and then we die cut the cute little salt and peppers out. She was so kind and she tied all the bows for us. I'm like, I love that because I am not a very good bow tire. And then we added a few little gems on the side of that one. And I don't think, yep, this one we did not finish the inside of it. So it's just a fun, quick card that came together. These were a ton of fun to be able to create in a group atmosphere, just getting to talk and chat, learn more about each other, and just learn more about some of the Stampin' Up! Products and the colors. I am getting there, but I do not know what colors exactly I have. I know I've got real red going on here, guys. So let's jump over, and I am going to now explain a bit about what this shoebox is all about. I have this to be able to stamp off on. So this is what it is, right? It is basically taking a shoebox or a plastic container and putting everything you need to create your artwork into one bin. And then you transfer it and pass it around the group. So I would make a card, I would create it, I would then pass it around to the next person, and we all are able to make the cards as we have time. What was really cool is everything fits all together. I, being a newbie, remembered to bring all the tools that were in here, except I forgot to bring blocks. So luckily Jackie was kind enough and had plenty of blocks for a couple of us that forgot the block portion of it and was able to help us out there. So I'm going to show you what the products are first, and then we'll get started. So to begin with, this is the collection that I use, the Hearts of Elegance. It is a stamp set and a die cut bundle. And so you can see the stamps are on the right side here. I purchased a magnetic sheet off of Amazon to stick. It's a self-adhesive that it fits right inside of my case so that I can then put the dies in there to work out. So the only die that we used from here, I pre-cut for everybody, so you'll get to see, but is this beautiful heart that has all that fun stitching look to it. I love this baby. That was my favorite. That's why I got the set, because I absolutely love that. Not that I don't love the rest of the hearts, but this little one right here is the one that Jackie then used on her card as well. So I've already taken the X's and the O's and the sending you lots of love stamp and the flower off and put those onto my dies. So I'm going to set that off to the side. Actually, I'll stick it back in the bucket. We then came with all of our pieces were pre-cut and added to the card. So you can see everything is in here. I will take that out in just a second so I don't lose the pieces. We are using the Real Red ink pad, and we will be doing 2 second generation stamping on there, as well as rock and roll to get the outer edges to be red, the darker red, and then a black color. So I still have a Close to My Heart ink pad. Sorry guys. I'm using an intense black. The 3 stamps that I mentioned that we would need. A glue dot. I love glue dots. This glue dot will be used to help keep the gold foiled, not ribbon, but twine behind. So I'll set that off to the side. Here is the gold foil. It comes on a spool, but I could not find the end of it when I was trying to craft, so I ended up cutting it, and then I made a huge mess. So then I just wrapped it around my fingers, and my awesome friend Marissa suggested sticking it in a baggie and then keeping the end of it out so I can just continue to pull. So that's how I'm keeping this story. Just thought I would share that little tidbit with you guys if that happens to you. I also had already pre-cut off 12 inches of this and stuck it inside the card envelope so that I didn't need to show you that on video. And last but not least were the embellishments that get used. And they are called the adhesive backed heart sequins. There are itty bitty teeny ones. I don't know if you can see that very well, but itty bitty teeny ones here. Then there are medium size and large. So we'll be using one of each of those sizes. So I'll set that off to the side. And then just some tools that I have that I plan to use. Scissors, a pokey tool, and my adhesive. So I'm going to set those over here. Try not to make too much of a mess. All right, guys, bear with me. This is the first time I have done anything like this in a very long time in person. And I know it's not even really in person, but I was trying to decide if I wanted to stand on my little stool so that I can see the camera up above and make sure I'm in focus. So we'll do it this way. Here is the card we are going to create. To begin with, I'm not going to cut the card because everything is already pre-cut, but I have dimensions here so that I can share that with you. I don't know if you'll be able to read that, but I definitely will tell you what those are. So here's everything from the envelope. Again, love, love, love how that turned out. So this is the brushed silver and gold foil. I have a list here of everything I used, and I will put that out afterwards, but I forgot to add that on there. So it's handwritten at the bottom. But I love how the brushed. So on a different card that I had received in the mail, my upline, she did the same heart, but she did it in just the regular foil, and it was gorgeous. So I absolutely loved it. But this was something new. This is a new product, the brushed silver and gold foil. So I did that. I've already pre-put on the dimensionals so we can save some time showing you that. Here is my twine to be able to tie the little piece that we're going to do X and O and then dovetail the ends. So I'm going to show you. So this is what it would have been, right? This would have been our card base. It's a standard size card. Let me pull these out here. And this is our two-tone cardstock, guys. I absolutely love it. So I came over from Close to My Heart where we had two-toned white core cardstock and was so super excited that Stampin' Up! Is going to be bringing it all over in their colors. And all the colors hopefully come maybe the beginning of the year. We're not for sure on when that's going to happen, but I'm very excited. So as you can see here, the 2 different color tones, right? So this is the true side. The dark side is always the true side. The light side is the back. And then, so as you can see, it was originally cut at 4 1/4 by 7 inches. All right. That's the dimensions of this. Then I scored it basically in half. But if you want to figure this out, the other going backwards, it was cut at 1 1/2 inches. So 1 1/2 inches over, cut that end off. Then at 2 1/2 inches from that, cut that end off, and then scored it at 1 1/2, or you could score it from the beginning right and directly in half. But that's why this looks as it does. So then when it's scored, you have your light side on the inside, your dark side on the outside, and then we have these 2 pieces. So these 2 pieces are going to make your little flap here. And what we did is I've already added the 3D dimensionals to the back because you need to attach it up here and then down below onto that piece once we're at that point. So we have these two pieces. You can see I used the paper. It's called Marbled Elegance. It's the specialty DSP from Stampin' Up. It's got the pinks, it's got the reds, it's got some white, and it's got gold foil. And there are so many variations of this paper. I absolutely love it. So this is then cut at, I'll move that one out of the way. The gold foil DSP is cut at 4 inches across and 1 1/4 inches in depth, because then it will layer perfectly onto our paper right here. All right, so I'm going to quick add those on here. I'm going to apologize for sniffling. I'm in my scrapbook room where it is a little chilly down here. And then, of course, looking down. So all of the pattern paper, or the DSP, is also double-sided. So we use this other side on this piece right here. So I'm going to add this one onto here. And now we have our top and our bottom flaps, right? See that? All right. So then the next part we're going to do the fern leaf DSP. So the back side again is that pretty foil. It was so hard to cover that up, but I needed to have it a little bit different. But I liked the cute little ferns on the back. So those ferns are then cut at 2 1/2 by 4 inches. That's right here, 2 1/2 by 4. And I'm going to put that on so that it's on the light side of, not the dark. The back is the dark. This is the light. So now that we've got, this is assembled, it's all one piece. I'm going to make sure that this is lined up with the bottom, so flush with the bottom. Hopefully this is all showing good on camera. We're going to take the backings off of these real quick. And then I'm going to hold that down, line it up, and it's just eyeballing it. I'm probably over about 1/4 inch, maybe a little bit more. And then pushing down on where my foam tape is. And now I have my cute little front cover, right? How fun is that? It's something different. Let's do next. I'm going to wait to put on this. So I kind of line it up a little bit kind of in the middle, but we need to put a glue dot down there so that we can then put our gold thread. So let's stamp the X's and O's. So I'm going to get that one out of the way since we did that. This will be for the inside when we're ready for that. The X's and O's right through here. I'm going to center that right in the middle because then we are going to dovetail that. Okay, and I am just going to stamp off. I'll clean those later. Now, a little trick for dovetailing, in case some of you don't know, is to take your little rectangle here and find the center of it. And when you find the center, you're just going to make a slit, cut up right in the middle, right? Then you're going to go to the angles, the edges, and you're going to cut right to the top of that little slit that you made. Okay? And that should give you an even looking dovetail on the side. How fun is that? And easy. You don't have to fold your paper in half. You don't have to guess. You just have to make 3 small little cuts and you're good to go. All right, we'll put that off to the side. So we have our cute little X's and O's, which will be centered and adding, I'm going to put my 3D ones on top. I didn't put this on to begin with because I didn't want, I had to stamp on it. So that would have messed things up a little bit by doing that. So those are ready. That's ready to go. Now, let's do the inside. Okay, can we see that? Let me bring this over. And we've got the inside piece to go underneath here is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And guys, guess what? I did not, too funny. I didn't delete this bottom part. You don't need this. This was from the outside of the card. See, I told you, this is my first time. This is raw, real, and live, people. So this inside is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and we're going to leave that a solid, but I'm going to do the stamping on it first before I adhere it into the card. So let's get out our real red ink pad and slide that baby over. And I don't know if you guys have done this before. I'm sure most of you have. It's going to be second generation. So what I'm going to do is I want a piece of paper under because I don't want to stamp onto my pretty little backdrop here. We're we're going to stamp off of it. So half of it is off on some of the sides, just so that it gives it a fun little feel to it. I'm going to start with the top one. And so you're going to take your stamp, you're going to ink that baby up. You don't have to push very hard with Stampin' Up! Ink pads, I learned. You're going to stamp once on here. So that's first generation. And then the second generation, we're then going to take it and we're going to rock and roll. So we're just going to rock around the edges. And oh boy, see what I told you meant by it is definitely juicy. So I'm going to try to be super careful when I stamp this so that I don't roll it too far and get the images all over. I'm going to try to wipe some of that off over here. Blah. My ink pad is super, super juicy. And then we're going to do it again. We need to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times. So stamp off once and then, whoops, rock and roll. And then be very careful when I set this down. Okay, so see how you get the light color on the inside and the dark on the outside? I love that. It's a super easy technique to do. Okay, we're going to put some of this one on the outside. Stamp some of that off. Woo! All right, get a couple more done in here. Rock it and roll it. Change it up a little. Almost there, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. And our last one. I was so nervous to do this video. I don't know why. I have been crafting forever. So I don't know why I just didn't want to mess up in front of all of you. And yeah, that's a nasty little ink pad or block. So we're going to put that off to the side so I don't get myself all messy, especially with a white sweatshirt. Wasn't thinking on that, was I? All right, let's move on. So we're going to do the sending lots of love sentiment. So I'm going to open that back up. Oops, not this guy. We need the sending lots of love. One of the things I didn't show or share with you guys is how we learned to season our stamps when we were with Stampin' or with Close to My Heart is to take the clear acrylic stamps and to just use your skin. Okay, so I use the inside of my arm, and because when they come off the machine, they're very tacky, very sticky, and so the ink doesn't quite stick to them as well as you would like, or it blobs or it goops. It makes it really weird stamps. So I take them and I always just rub them on the back of my arm because the oils from your skin helps get rid of that, and then it makes it so that it's not sticky and tacky anymore. So I'm going to ink that one up, get lots of black. And then you kind of want to be careful when you're doing this, which is another reason I had the flowers there to help guide me, because, oops, you don't want it so that some of your sentiment is over here and you don't want it hanging off the edge. So I kind of, just to eyeball it, I put the card back over and, you know, kind of around there so that I just made sure that I wasn't too far over. And then I just stamped it in between the flowers. Okay, let's put that on there. And then you have your sentiment on the inside. So we are ready then to attach that card. Let me move that off to the side. So it's not the most fast card to create, but it has a lot of impact, and everybody seemed to enjoy it at the event that we were at. See, so it's all covered up perfectly. Like that. All right. So now I am going to take my, where did I put them? Over here. I'm going to get a glue dot and we're going to pull this. And this is a brand new one. So I still haven't had time. You can see there's so many on here. I haven't had time to tie the ribbon on around the outside like I typically do. I'm going to stick that kind of down here in towards the center of it. And then I'm going to take the gold twine and I'm just going to wrap it around my fingers very loosely, okay, so that some of them are bigger than others. Then so you get some of the heart or circles. I make some bigger than others, make them odd, you know, just so that they're not completely the same. Okay, and then stick that down into that glue dot, and then you can kind of pull on it and tug on it as you want to give it the effect that you're looking for. And we're going to pull off the backing of our gold heart, stick that in the center, and then go to our heart here, pull those off. I love dimensionals. I love added, especially in my scrapbooks. I love scrapbooking with lumpies and bumpies. I know there are a lot of people out there that don't prefer that. They prefer to have a flattened crafting album. Not me. Give me all the lumpy and all the bumpy. All right, next I'm then going to take one of the large hearts and just put it down here. Take one of the medium hearts, add that one up further, and then one of the teeny tiny little baby hearts. I love those. And put that one kind of up at the top. And there we have our Sending Lots of Love card. How fun is that, you guys? I didn't screw up too bad. I didn't make too much of a mess. I appreciate you hanging in there with me if you stayed stuck with it. I am going to bring down the sheet here that is going to show you what we used to create these cards tonight. It is, so when I did it, I purchased the Marbled Elegance Suite collection. So that included all the items. It included the Hearts of Elegance, the stamps and the dies. It included the specialty paper. It included the gold twisted twine, the cute little gold hearts, the sequin backed hearts, and then some of the gift bags. However, so when you do that, you can purchase it all in a big bundle, in a suite, they call it. And then you can make lots and lots of cards, make lots of layouts, and that is $92.75. Otherwise, you can buy everything separately. So you can buy the stamp set with the dies, and you get a 10% savings, and those are $50.25. This DSP is $16.50. It's got lots of gold, and I think that there's like 8 different options and 2 sheets of each. Otherwise, it's 10 sheets and 2 sheets. There's a lot of paper, people. The gold twisted thread, $7.50. The adhesive backed hearts are $8.50, and then the gift combo packet bags if you wanted it. I also forgot the brushed silver foil is $10 for those sheets. It's an absolute, it makes gorgeous cards. You can do so many things. And I did want to show you one other card that was created with this suite, this collection. This came from my Upline's Upline. So again, she used the hearts, she used the twine. So this is a little bit different. I wonder if you can see that here. So she used it on the regular standard gold foil. So can you see the difference? And then this is the gold foiled brushed. So it's kind of got a different texture to it. Hopefully you can see that. And then the Sending Lots of Love again, but she did this cute little pocket. So it was like this, sorry. This cute little pocket. My heart belongs to you. And it slides right on in there. And then in the back, she put Be Mine. So that was just another cute little idea for this paper. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to message me. Definitely, if you enjoyed what you saw here tonight, being raw, real, lots of slappy ink, feel free to subscribe to this channel and help me grow my business. I would really appreciate it. I am working hard at learning all the ins and outs and ropes of becoming a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I am loving the 6 months I have been here so far and can't wait to meet more people. All right, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, and keep crafting. See you later. Love ya.